What is up, YouTube? It's the Repo Man 360. It's Saturday, so that means Saturday yard sailing. Now, I actually got some really neat stuff today, but I did have a bit of a bummer that I'll circle back to. But let's get started. Okay, so I planned out my route today since I was off, and there was about 10 yard sales I wanted to go to. It was a crazy day by time because some people start earlier than others. So rather than a route that was more fuel efficient, if you will, I had to stick to a time-based plan. Now, this first yard sale I went to, I scored pretty good. I got for $2. I got a shotgun. So Walking Dead, one of those like plug and plays, and it came with the base, no box, but $2 you can't beat that. You see that it does power on. I haven't tried it yet, but hoping to have some fun with that later. And they didn't have any games out, so of course what I asked, and the husband scurried in, and he went and got a few games. And let me see if I can get these in the right order. Let's see, he pulled out Batman Arkham Origins for the PS3, complete. Assassin's Creed Revelations, complete, and The Sims 3, complete. And these are all these were all $5 each. I'm just gonna open this one up and show it, but then I saw it had a code, so I kind of wanted to flip that around the other way. Now, because I kind of been like one of the first people there, and I sprung the game thing on them, I went ahead and decided at the end of my day to go ahead and head back there and see if maybe they had some more games they wanted to sell. Now that it had died down and it wasn't as crazy. So he goes back in. He gets 2 more games. Actually, he gets a few more games, but there were only 2 I wanted to buy for $5. This is Call of Duty Black Ops. I don't have it, so nice to have. And Spec Ops The Line Premium Fubar Pack Edition. And they also had a very cool, I got this from Machine Games Texas to look out for these. It's a Texas Instrument 83, and turn it on there for you. I don't know if you can see. It is working, a working TI-83. I checked the batteries. The batteries look fine. So for $5, that was a great pickup. And while I was talking to the lady, she said, about a few minutes after you left, somebody showed up looking for games, and I said that I'd already sold some to you, and the person said, I know who that is. So apparently I've become the game guy, the guy that snipes the good games, or so I thought. Now, while I was at this sale, I meant to go to a sale pretty close to it that started maybe 30 minutes later. That was probably open, but I was having trouble with my GPS, and I know it sounds funny because it's a small island. This particular neighborhood, I've never really had a reason to go to it before, so I wasn't really familiar with where this particular street was. So I went ahead and went to the next one on my list that I knew where it was. This was in the real nice neighborhood, and I did score really good there, so I can't complain about that. But for $1 a piece, and he actually did, the kid ran inside and got some more games after I picked up all of them, said I'd buy all of these. I thought about circling back there too, but I figured the well was dry. But and these are all complete. I haven't peeled any stickers off them. Discs in great shape. But for the Xbox 360, we've got Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. I didn't check to see. It does not have the demo disc, but I believe I've got this before without the game. So I know I have the demo disc. Then we have the and this was just $1. Kung Fu Panda and Indiana Jones double set. See, it does have Kung Fu Panda and Indiana Jones. I did not check to see if it had both manuals, though. It does. Both manuals are there. Sorry for the poor showing, but I got a lot of stuff to get through here. We have Tom Clancy's Hawks 2. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and something is dancing around in there. Oh, cool. It's some kind of card. so it's probably got all the stuff it came with. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 featuring ECW. The game that was the bane of my existence for a while there, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. There's a section in this that just drove me crazy using a walkthrough. I stopped playing the game. I really should go back to this. It wasn't that bad. Assassin's Creed 2, which I tell you, it's been an Assassin's Creed heavy day today. And Sniper Ghost Warrior. This one does have some dimples on it. There you go. You can see it pretty good there. But for $1, you can't complain, especially since I've never played the game, so I'm interested to try it out. So apparently, while I was at this sale, someone was cleaning out the Primo stuff in my in the sale I wanted to go to. So it could be argued, because there was a lady while I was there buying those games saying, "Are you going to buy all of those?" So I could have missed out on all of that. So it's a bit of a toss up on how you want to go there. But let's see, for $1 a piece, because I circled back to this one once I got my GPS working all right. We have, these are all Xbox games too, which I'm thrilled about. Hey, you go back up there. We have NFL 2K3. These are all complete and in great shape. Carmen Sandiego, The Secret Life of the Stolen Drums, okay. Fight Night 2004. NBA Inside Drive 2004. Shrek 2. And I apologize if you hear any barking dogs or sawing. That is NHL Hits Pro. My neighbors are doing some kind of sawing or work. It just started while I'm trying to do my video, so I apologize if you hear that in the background. Is NCAA 2K3 College Football. Madden 2004. You might be seeing a theme here. Outlaw Golf Holiday Golf. I think I have all of these already, because there were some Blockbuster exclusives as well. So I think I have all of those already. But again, for $1 a piece, it's good to have the case. Now again, for $1, Sega GT 2002 and the Jet Set Radio Future. It is it's one of those. It's both games on one disc, and again, it does have both manuals. And I know I have this. This was a not for resale pack-in that they did for a while. We have Major League Baseball 2K5, Madden 06, and True Crime Streets of LA. And this one I haven't seen before. I was kind of pumped to get it. It's Amped. And now I've seen Amped before, of course, but this is a not for resale limited edition. I don't know what this was packed with. I don't know where this came from. And when you open it up, there's no clues on the inside. It doesn't say anything like that on the manual. It doesn't say anything special on the disc. But you can see on the back there's no barcode, so this wasn't sold by itself. So I don't. If anybody knows, please in the comments down below, go ahead and tell me where this came from. So you can imagine if I had been there. The lady had said she had some handheld stuff, some like Nintendo DS stuff, and she had more Xbox games, but somebody had been there already and bought them. So somebody obviously picked through them and left the sports titles, but that's okay for me, because I stopped buying for the original Xbox. I stopped collecting for it as well when the Xbox 360 came out. So a lot of the sports titles that came out after that period, and some of the sports titles before it, I just don't have. So these, I'll definitely go through, but I'm sure half of them I don't have. So it wasn't a bad find. Now the next sale I went to, the lady was didn't want to budge on the price. She felt like she had given me a good deal, if you will. She had these games mixed in with movies, and she was doing 3 movies for $12. And I tried to explain to her that these aren't movies; they're games, and they're not very good games. I'm just kind of, I'm a collector that I look for weird stuff like that. And she's like, no, especially if they're games, I should probably charge more. So for $4 a piece, these are complete. We have for the Wii, Oops Prank Party, 90 Greatest Games Party Pack, and Go Diego Go Great Dinosaur Rescue. Now, I went ahead and bought these because I'm okay buying most Wii titles for $5 or under, and I don't have any of these, so that was okay for me. All right, now probably the last sale I went to, didn't find anything great, but for 50 cents I did find this little treasure box. I'm always looking for kitschy stuff like this that because you can repurpose it for all sorts of things. I collect coins, so I can always put coins in there, and it's got a little spot for rings, and you can see here I put a treasure in it already. But instead of rings, you could put your best Bakugan game in there and display that. So you always be on the lookout for kind of neat stuff like that. For 50 cents, you can't lose. So to the pawn shop. Now I had recently said there was a pawn shop that moved closer to my house. I walked over there. They've been there a few weeks now. I've been hoping that maybe they'll start taking in games again. It looks like they're getting out of the games business and focusing more on guns and DVDs. But I bought the last of their game stuff, and you can see this particular title's probably been on the shelf for a while if it's still priced at $10. We have World Class Leaderboard Golf for the Game Gear. I did not pay $10. I paid $5 for everything that you're going to see. We have RBI Baseball 4 in a weird generic case. It's a Tengen. It's cart only, but I might have the cart and manual. I'll get into that when I show the second one here. And NHL Hockey 94 EA. And you can see better on this case. These used to have some sort of plastic sleeve over them for paperwork that's been cut off. This one sort of has its manual. And there's no grabbers for this, so it's just lying around loose in there. $5 for the both of them. Now the reason I might have the case is a while back when I'd found out my Sega Genesis stuff it was supposed to be at another location, and when I asked about it to maybe get it back, I kind of got it's not there anymore, it's gone, I didn't want to tell you, I was hoping you're going to forget about it, so it's all gone. So I decided I would try and get some of that stuff back, and I came across this big office box, like the paper comes in, full of Sega games, and I asked him how much for the box, and are the games in there? Yeah, everything's in there. $60, and it looked like about 35 games. So I went ahead and I did the deal. There were some nice titles on the top. Most of the games weren't in there. Most of them were just empty cases with manuals. Of course, I go back, and the guy says, "Oh, they should have been in there. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't have the money that you paid me, but here I have another box of Intellivision games. Are you interested in that kind of thing?" And I looked, and those were also missing their games. Because by this time, I decided to go ahead and look. But they did have a lot of the inlays, and this guy wasn't going to give me my money back. I didn't really know what to do, so I took that box. So I have 2 office boxes full of empty boxes because of it. So I don't buy a lot of Sega anymore. I'm gonna circle back to that when I've got more time. All right, now to the other pawn shop that I usually go to. I got a really good score. They did get in some N64 games, and they got a copy of Ocarina of Time and a copy of Majora's Mask with the lenticular cover. They wanted 20 for Ocarina and 35 for the Majora's Mask, which isn't a bad price, but it's just more than I want to spend, especially at the pawn shop. It's the first time I've ever had them price a game by its popularity, because I already peeled the sticker off because it's on the front. This was one of the other games they had there, and you can see it's just a generic tag, $6, and it's Super Mario 64. I picked that one up. They had a few more: James Bond, 007, Turok, the first Turok. Not bad titles, but stuff I have. So it was a little bit of a bummer. But they also had some more Nintendo games. Oh, for $8, I got, slipping again. Look at me go. Super Mario Bros. 2. And an awesome condition copy with sleeve of Legend of Zelda. Nice and shiny, shiny, shiny. It does have a little ding right here, but other than that, really good shape. And it came with a sort of manual. This particular page, I think, is coming off, but the rest are still stapled in. It was kind of neat to flip back through that book. Happy to have it. Like I said, it's not a bad find. Then we have, probably saved the best for last year, this Game Boy Advance SP case for a couple of bucks. That's a variant of one I already have. This particular one it's meant to slip the unit in here and fold the top over that, so you would play it inside of this thing. I thought that was kind of neat. You know what? I didn't check the pockets, but there's nothing in there. But cool little thing. Happy to have it for a couple of bucks. And then I got an Xbox game, the Crash Bandicoot, or Crash Nitro Kart, I should say. It's Crash Bandicoot, but it's not what it's called. Then we have Final Fantasy XII for the PS2 complete. Final Fantasy X2 complete. And last but not least, super thrilled to get this. They only got one new GameCube game in, but it was a good one. Batten Kaitos for the GameCube, only on GameCube. Awesome to have. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Both discs, great shape. Happy, happy, happy. So definitely, I got a lot of stuff this week. I hit and I missed, but overall, I think I did good. Please let me know in the comments below how you guys did. Give me the old thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Take care.